Hey everyone, before we start, a big thank you to everyone for your love and support. It's been really meaningful to me over these past few months. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in an interview that you were really excited about, only to have it just not work out? Well, I have. And one time I interviewed at Adobe, and I was in the interview, and I, for some reason, started arguing with the interviewer about what flat design really is. And, and I walked away thinking, I think I nailed it. I think I made some valid points. I did not nail it. Today I'm going to share with you a talk that I gave to the Berkley design students, and it's about my journey, my adventures in interviewing, specifically the things that I learned while I was interviewing at Google. And I think that these things will be valuable to you. These principles and tips will be helpful to you on your own professional journey. So please enjoy. I'm Travis, and I make things and I think about them. A long time ago I saw this it was an image of a billboard or a sign or something. It said, I just want to make things and think about them. And I was like, that's me. I just want to be the guy that just I just want to make something and just and think about it and then change it and then show it to somebody and then think about it and talk about it, you know. So by day I work at Google. I'm an interaction designer on search. And then by night I do like teaching and publishing. So I have the YouTube channel Dev Tips where I teach people to design and code. And then I used to have a long beard, and that's where the logo in the middle comes from. I have a podcast with my best friend called Late Nights with Draplin. He's a designer as well in a startup. Actually, it's a big company, Atlassian. They make Jira and stuff. And the last thing is notes. I write every week and send what I'm going through, what I'm thinking, and how I'm working through it with people who are interested in that. So a part of the journey that I have is that, you know, making these videos are kind of, sometimes they're educational tutorials, but sometimes they're very personal, doing vlogs and stuff. And I happen to vlog the process of getting a job at Google. It was a very long and tiresome process, and this is kind of me right in the middle of it, I don't know how this is going, guys. It was a very dangerous thing for me to do this publicly because, what if I just, you know, and everybody just knows that, I suck at design now. They figured it out. But I snuck past, and I actually got the job, and it was, a really exciting thing. And so now, I'll be sitting at my desk and pretending that I'm good at design, and somebody will walk by and they're like, hey, I saw your videos and they helped me get here too. And it's a really cool feeling to meet somebody in the place that I was maybe even a small part of helping them to achieve. It's a really great feeling to help each other, share information and stuff like that. So what I want to do is kind of talk about the interview process maybe and see if there's something that I can help you guys get, and, you know, when that time comes for you, help you understand maybe what worked for me and what I learned going through the interview process at Google. So just a little bit of information about interviewing. Every company is different, of course, and I did tons of startups before Google, and that was more hey, let's go, you have a drink, and are you cool? Cool, you're hired. It was nothing, Google had a more organized and formal process. And it just blew me back, how structured it was and stuff like that. So this is kind of what I learned. So here's kind of the linear process that I've kind of mapped out. So initially there's going to be some type of contact. Maybe the recruiter contacts you, maybe you submit a resume or what have you, but there's this contact that's made. And shortly after that, they'll want to see some work, and so maybe you send them a few links and you send them whatever you've got. And if it's good enough, then you get into this section where they start actually talking to you. And the phone interview, and then at Google there's this design challenge. They give you this thing, they're you know, you got 2 days to complete it, go. And you're you spend 1 day and a half trying to figure out what the actual problem is, and spend the next 6 hours trying to just get it done and turn it in. So that's always fun. after you do that, they bring you on site if they liked it, and then after that you can negotiate, like how do I fit into this organization, who's going to be my manager, and then profit, right? That's the way it works. But there's this like really interesting inflection point in this journey where they stop trying to weed you out and they start trying to help you in. And that's kind of, for me, it was right around there. See the blue bit? So I guess really to understand what I'm saying is you have to appreciate what a company goes through to get you hired. It's actually a very expensive process. Not only in terms of money, but in terms of time and in terms of attention. And they have to think through this stuff like long and hard. There's like committees and stuff. Committees and stuff to like make sure you're the right person and all this. And so how much time and energy and money goes into that? If you like do a quick search for like how much does a recruiter make, it's sometimes depending on like the situation, but it can be like a percentage of your annual income. They do okay. So this is an expense that a company has to pay for to get you to come work for them. And like as a design contributor, as a creator, we're like, we want to do this. Like let's make this relationship happen. But it's actually a long and expensive process. So there's this point where the company has kind of like decided, okay, we're not trying to get rid of them as fast as possible, get like this resume off my desk. I want to invest time into this person, make sure they're the right fit, and help them on, right? And that's kind of like right after the design challenge, for me anyway. That's what I felt. So I thought in talking with you, I could point to one of the most critical moments that happened before that inflection point and kind of give you a little bit of tips for that. And for me, that was the phone interview. Because the design challenge, you got it, right? I mean, it was design, you got it, you know what you're doing. But I'm pretending. But speaking to people and kind of like figuring out in the moment, right? It's the most nebulous part of the whole thing because you have to get on the phone with somebody you've never met before and in like 10 seconds figure out who they are, what they're all about, speak their language, help them identify with you, and sell yourself. It's like really crazy part. And I actually recorded my phone conversation and put it on YouTube. So it's like there, and like, so I learned a ton from this. I recorded it, went back and watched it, took notes on what I went through. So I'm going to give you a few points. The first thing is the quality of the actual phone call. This is like pretty tactical stuff. You're not going to come out of this like learning, the golden ratio. I'm telling you real things right now. The call quality of your phone call matters a lot, right? Can you imagine trying to be on, this is a real experience I had, I recommended my friend to a job that I had and his dogs were barking the whole time. And the feedback I got was like, yeah, he was really cool, but like, his dogs were there. And they were like barking in the other room and he had to like yell at them. So you have to like not only take care, like make sure your phone is charged, make sure that you have good reception, but make sure like, if your neighbors are loud or, if the baby's crying or like whatever, like get yourself in a good spot so where not only is the phone call not distracting, but where you are mentally in the game, right? And here's a pro tip. Oh, I already said that. Make sure there's no dogs. Dogs will ruin you. All right. Second bit is to read the job description, okay? This may sound very elementary, guys, but listen, there is some heavy, legitimate stuff inside of the description. They're telling you what they want, right? This is like the roadmap to the successful interview. Read the description. What I did is I went and I found the description and I rewrote it in my own language. I wanted to internalize how they thought so that it would come out naturally in my own speech. Looking for keywords, looking for ideas to kind of like, you need to demonstrate that you're on the same wavelength with them, that you're the thing that they're looking for, right? Within the job description, and also take a look at like if the company has a, what are those things called? A mission statement or values. go in there and learn to, speak that company language. And you go in there and you say, yeah, I believe in putting the user first above all else. That's a Google thing. And I was like, how do I do that? I do, first and stuff. And they're like, hey, we do that too. I'm like, yeah, we all do that. We're the same. Hire me. Third one. We're almost done. The third one is have a strong personal statement. Okay? Realizing that these people speak to hundreds of people just like you. What differentiates yourself from them is actually who you are. And you're going to get this question, right? Like you sit down in the interview, maybe it's a phone call, but it's going to come up. Hey, tell me about yourself. Are you prepared to answer that question right now? I would recommend writing it out, longhand, memorizing that. It should be a script. When you meet somebody new, hey, tell me about yourself. What's your story? Boom, you got it. You know exactly who you are, you know what your values are, you know what your goals are, and you can articulate them quickly, succinctly, and clearly. That's so impressive. And what you need to be doing is making sure that as you walk away from that interview, that the person who's on the other side of the phone, on the other side of the table, has a very clear understanding of who you are and what makes you different. Okay? And if you haven't done that, that's a big failure on your part. The last one is have your questions ready. There's going to be another part of the interview, probably towards the end, where they go, hey, do you have any questions for us? If you're like, what's your vacation time like? Or do you guys serve food in the afternoon? Do you have to pay for that? Like, those are like the wrong questions, right? Like, think about, okay, you're going to get all of your questions answered over time. You may even start the job not having all of them answered, but eventually they'll all get answered, right? So the idea here is not to discover. The idea here is to impress. So how can you turn this opportunity of gaining information actually into a way of impressing the interviewer? You could ask them something that would relate themselves back to you. How has company helped you achieve your goals, right? What you want to do is give them an opportunity to brag. You want to give them an opportunity to talk about themselves and bring up those really good feelings. You want to connect those good feelings to yourself, right? There's that association that you're building there. When they hang up the phone and come on, you guys have been on dates, right? You know what I mean? Like the best thing you can do on a date is just like let them talk. And they'll have all these great feelings, but people love talking about themselves. And so they're like, they hang up the phone, I'm like, I don't remember exactly, but that was good. Like, right? So that's it, that's all. I also, do we have where's David? Do you have a few minutes? Yes. Okay, so this weekend I was like so nervous about this talk. I didn't know what to talk about. I was texting Dave, like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. And I was actually at Adobe Max as well this weekend, and I had the opportunity to meet like all of my heroes and the people that I look up to and am inspired by. And so I made a video for you guys.
There you go. Just pressure and pull. It's perfect. We are.
Winslow. I've been an Adobe Creative Resident this year and keep focusing on the weird side projects or the weird like ideas you have for things, because those kind of tend to start rabbit holing into other projects and things you really, really want to do. So follow your gut of the weird, embrace the weird side passion things you really want to do, for sure.
Robert Generette III. I'm an illustrator, educator, self-proclaimed vector art monster. So, advice-wise, because I know y'all scared right now, you look scared right now. You need to be scared right now.
You need to be.
Number one, learn as much as you possibly can. 2, be prepared to move with the wind. And 3, apply whatever you learn to whatever you're currently doing. And find a way to do that. Don't think that things are separate. Everything is linked and connected together, just like we are now. Have a good one.
my name is Sarah Dici. I am a Adobe creative resident, but I'm also a YouTuber and love all things internet. And something that I have learned that is applicable to, I think, all, school, creative projects in general, is when in doubt, keep creating. Because you never know what the next video, what the next picture you take, what the next project you do is going to be your big breakthrough. So whenever you're doubting yourself in any facet of life, just keep creating. Keep making that video even if you don't want to, because you never know if that next thing is going to be your breakthrough. So just, yeah.
My name is Meg Robichaud. I'm an illustrator and designer at Shopify. And my piece of advice is that don't be intimidated by how big the design community seems. It's actually pretty small. Everyone's kind of friends with everyone pretty quickly, and you'll probably be friends with everyone pretty quickly too.
My name's Shea Lewis. I'm a creative director and founder of Knife and Fox. My biggest advice for creatives trying to get in the industry is to continue to document everything. Continue to document all your work you do so that people that are looking to hire you can actually find your work and say, wow, this person actually knows what they're doing.
How you doing? I'm Aaron James Draplin, 43 years old, and graphic designer. All you youngsters, you little animals, enjoy your lives, enjoy your youth, and don't be too eager to go out and get that big job. Learn to love graphic design first, and all the other shit you'll figure it out. But love this stuff. Play with it. Use it on your buddies, and use it on just for the hell of it. And all the other stuff, that's the serious stuff. You'll get there too. So cool.
So good.
See you guys.
We'll set up a studio. We'll get the lighting kit.
It's rolling. It's rolling.
Yeah, do one in the 3D modeling thing where the lighting's better on my face. Everything looks better. I don't want to be in this situation where I'm like, hey guys, this is fun, and I have people around me. I want the lighting to be good. You know how it is.
Cool.